This video from Shop Stuff, we're taking a look at the tab function on the SR-C550 and 4500 registers. So in this video I've obviously got the 550 model, but if you're interested in the 4500 you can watch this video, because the only difference between the two machines in essence is the fact that the 4500 has a second printer on it. So the tab function on this range of Casio machines probably comes with a couple of disclaimers or warnings. It's not a heavily promoted feature on the machine, so you won't see people advertising the fact that it does it, and it's a dormant feature. So if you buy the machine off eBay, a cash and carry, or off the internet unprogrammed, or on our bronze service, you won't have access to the function. It has to be activated and programmed by a Casio dealer. So if you want it, you need to order on our platinum service and tell us before we send it out that you want the feature. The other warning is that it is tab tracking, but it is pretty limited. So if you're used to touchscreen EPOS system table tracking function, then this isn't going to be for you, or you're going to find this quite hard work. So there's a limited amount of tabs you can have open, and the lines, overall lines you can have open, are limited. But I'll go into more detail. It is a feature that's on the machine, so it seems only fair to say about it, but what I wouldn't want to happen is for you to see on a manufacturer's brochure that it had the function, and then you buy the machine and end up disappointed because you either can't get it to work, or you find that it's too clunky or limited for you. But considering the price of the machine, I think it's actually, once you get used to it, it's not a bad feature at all. So the way the tab system works on this machine is it basically uses the cashier tracking files. So if you have the tab function enabled, then you can't have cashiers, because effectively all the tab is doing is stealing all the cashier memory and giving it to tabs. So instead of logging on as operator 1, you might open tab number 1, and so on and so on. So you've got to be aware of that as well. But if you're in the reg mode doing sales and you want to open a tab, you type in the tab number, then hit the new and old button there, and that'll open tab number 6. You then add all the items they're ordering at the first pass, and then press the NB button to service the tab. So that's basically the way a normal tab would work. The people want to order drinks and possibly food, but don't want to pay for it all now. They just want to get one bill at the end of the service. So effectively, so far, so good. And you can repeat that procedure. You can open a different tab, tab 11 say, new and old. That's a tab I've already got open. So if we go into it, we can see whether or not that's the correct tab. Let's say that it is. We can add more items, and then again lay the tab away or service the tab by pressing MB. Just because the tab function's on there doesn't mean you can't just run through normal sales. So you can put sales through and sell them outside of the tab settings. You can print a bill out, so if someone wants to see how much their bill is so far, or they're looking to pay and want an actual final bill, all you do is enter the tab number and then press this button here, and you get a tab print out. So we can see that one's £101.95. So say if they now actually wanted to cash the tab off, all you do is reopen the tab, it'll load it up, and then you can cash off in the necessary fashion. There we go, that's the basic. So in essence that would appear to work as a tab system, but I just want to reinforce the limitations that you can't have too many open at one time. So in our tests we reckon that you've got about 1,000 lines of tracking information on this machine. So 1,000 lines sounds like a lot, but each tab is limited to 100. So if you've got a restaurant, you've got a busy table, lots of tables, big table with lots of orders, food, 100 lines isn't always enough. So if you're in that scenario, I might be pushing you down the touchscreen route, or a till with a bigger tab tracking function. But if not, then you can see the tab system works fine. Another limitation of it is that there's no facility to stop the Z report being run at the end of the day. So if you finish the day's trading and have still got open tabs that you're unaware of, if you Z the machine off, it'll just then Z them off as well, so it'll count them as sales and also cash them off effectively. So that's a bit of a limitation. One thing you can do, if you go to the X mode, there is an open check function on there, which is the Casio called tabs checks. I can't help calling them tabs. If you press the cache and do all, it'll then print out a list of all open tabs. So you could do that if you're getting near towards the end of the day, or you want to check how many people or how many tabs you've got open. We can see there we've got check 3, 5, 11 and 6 still open. So we can go back to the reg mode and let's say, right, let's have a look at check 3. Do we want to get that cached off? So it'd be 3, new and old, then go into it by pressing the arrow down button, and then you can see what they've had and whether it's time to get that one cached off. If there's been a mistake as well, that is quite a useful feature. You can go in and edit the sale just like you would a normal sale. So say if the Heineken pint was incorrect or they were disputing it and you were happy to remove it from the bill, you can then get rid of that by doing that, and then subtotal it and then cache the tab off. So yeah, it probably sounds like I've got a major downer on the tab function on this machine, but we find that there's a couple of problems with it, in the sense that when people hear it's got table tracking, just like when you hear you've got a car, you automatically presume it's the fastest, the best car, 0 to 60 in no time at all. Obviously there's table tracking and there's table tracking, just like there's cars and cars. So we just want to be upfront and say, yes, it does have the tilt does have the functionality, but it is dormant. You won't be able to activate it yourselves. You'll need us to do it for you, or your cash register dealer. And it is limited. It's not like touchscreen system tracking. Another example of that is the fact that if you start ringing a sale through, and then the people decide or then tell you, I want this on a tab, you have to scrub all that off and re-enter it. So if you try and set up a new tab at the bottom of the sale, it comes up with an error message. So you have to subtotal, void, cancel the transaction. I mean, it is still possible, but it's like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit clunky and fiddly, especially if you're busy. The last thing you want to be doing is then messing around, re-entering the same items over and over again. And then obviously you can lay it away. So yeah, that's the functionality. If you want a bit more advice about, if you're not sure whether that's suitable for you, then by all means give us a call, or check out our other videos, because this will be in a playlist of 550 and 4500 videos. I'll probably do 6 or 7 videos for each one, showing you some good features but also some limitations of the cash registers. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, because we're always posting new content with as and when new machines come out and what our opinions of them are. Yeah, thanks for watching.